Alright, welcome back. I am back for some more punishment at this nasty spot here on Little Bird. Trying to figure out which line is pulling. So my goal this video is to fish this spot, try to survive it, and then go fish Bream overnight. See if we can do some good Bream fishing again. Hey, that was a tench right there. Are we gonna catch grass carp on cheese? Or grass carp not bothering cheese right now? That is the question, right? It's also a tench. Alright, sorry, I just went and got a drink, came back upstairs to start the video, and all three lines were suddenly going crazy. So I've also got pearl barley here on my third line. I'm just not wanting to get in too much trouble, but four really nice fish to start off with here. A good start to our session. Let's hope for tight lines and I don't know. Some good fortune if we hook into the big one, you know? Okay. I'm not sure if, let's see if it continues to get markers. That might be a little small, huh? What size hook do we have here? A 12? I think that's good. We'll give it another chance here. I was just going to say, I think pearl barley might be doing as well as anything at like giving me a high percentage of marker, crucian, gibble, roach, that kind of stuff, but as it gets later in the morning, if it starts to change, we might try switching to bread or semolina or something. Okay. Man, I'm still just like pumped up from the last video I just made, which was on my main account. And it was a short video about this spot at Amber. And it was both wonderful and devastating at the same time. So when we have a slow moment, I'm going to watch it with you. Not the whole video, just one spot. One spot where a fish breaks my heart. I want to see if I can get an honest view of how big I think the fish was. That's a perch. That's a good cast. All right. By the way, this spot was amazing. If you can go to Amber and fish, this spot just was so exciting for the last couple hours. All right, I think we're getting close to where it pops off. Baron, welcome to the chat channel. Almost said stream, like I'm streaming right now or something. Very nice. Very nice. I don't think I've seen you here before. All right. Common roach on the cheese. Trying to throw a little more out towards the open for a little bit. See if that's where the tench are hanging out, or if they're more like in that stuff like they usually are. Which line is that? Okay, that's the... That is the pearl barley line. Yeah, that's a nice one. Yeah, I think pearl barley's doing pretty good here. Yeah, that was a little tinge. I would argue that bear can be better with PVA as well, but to me bear is just a little easier to still get some really good carp, even if you're just doing like basic stuff with potatoes and stuff. I haven't seen that work as well as at Amber, comparing it to just a full-blown carp rig with the right boilies and dip and PVA and the whole 9 yards. Okay. That fish may nibble for a minute. Let me just see this real quick. We've got to be close to it when it pops off. All right, it's right here. Okay, it just popped off. But right before it pops off, you can kind of see it. So I'd already had a trophy mirror carp at that spot, and a several ghosties. All right, so that's going to be a linear carp, right? Wouldn't y'all agree that the markings there are linear? It's not a trophy. In real time, I was like, oh, was that another trophy I just lost? But it's not. I don't know if it's just me or if it's a slight change or something, but oh crap, that wasn't the right fish. Hold on. I have the gear to pull a lot of these fish straight in. It was before that. Occasionally, when I'm just like reeling in and they're in the midst of pulling against me. Do you know what I mean? Oh, that's so disappointing. And I'm spending a lot of time and energy on the leveling series, obviously. I've got just enough time tonight to make one more leveling series video, and then I'm going to bed. So I'm not going to fish anymore here, unfortunately. I will definitely... Hold on. That wasn't the right fish. It wasn't the one that popped off. Checking back tomorrow to see if this spot is still going, because this is mostly, it's just been so fun. Hold on, I know at some point we could see the fish, and I'm spending a lot of time and energy on the leveling series, obviously, as you've seen if you're watching my channel. But time and energy on the leveling series, obviously. To see if this spot is still going, because this is mostly, it's just been so fun. think it's right here. We can see
spent a lot of time and energy on the leveling series, obviously. As you've seen if you're watching my channel.
I can't watch that anymore. It's like traumatic. Anyway, I can't tell. There was a time at some point before that where you could see it. And in real time, I was like, oh my gosh, that's a huge fat belly on that carp. That might just be another trophy. And I had just seen a trophy come in from there. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure. And I can't find the spot where you can see it. I'll have to look later. Oh, it's a tench. Yeah, see, tench, if you're able to get sort of past that initial fight, they don't mind turning around for you. What's been slow? Has this been slow? Have I gotten a fish on this in a while? I don't know. I've been so paying attention to the video, I haven't really been tracking. Alright, let's see the time of 2, 3, 4, 5. No, I don't think anything's been too slow. Why is that? There we go. Okay. So we won't leave here till about, what, around 1800? We're not far, just down the shore from the Bream spot. Just have to get it all set up. It's already been pretty good. I mean, tench, 3 marker tenches. We could get lucky on a cafe order. I mean, who knows? We're up to 462 silver. It's going to be a tough decision. I'm going to be so tempted to just like spend this silver we're making on a big fat upgrade to a feeder. But if we're really going to go and suffer through spin fishing at Corey, no, if we're going to do trolling at Corey, then we'll make our money back if we do that. As long as it stays hot. Right now it's hot. If it cools off, I'll be coming back to Oldberg and Mosquito and all that. Because we can't take what we have now to Bear. So we have to make the money at the silver at Corey to fund our trip to Bear down the line. That's the idea. I mean, we can't even take our strongest one to Bear unless we're able to specifically target like barbel or tench and stuff. But I mean, you're not going to do that at Bear. There's probably always going to be better spots than trying to do that and then having to deal with carp. We at least have to get to the next upgrade before we even think about Bear, and with that, it's going to be a little miserable at times. But you can do it with Saber 60s and that kind of thing. It's just not ideal. What's much better is when you get to the alpha level, then it starts to like come together for carp fishing. having those middle of the day doldrums here. But I think it will pick up again right about the time we leave. 2 non-markers in a row with the Crucians pretty consistently being non-markers. We switched to bread. We'll see if bread helps on that a little bit during the day. But, you know, we've also got night crawlers on, which can be slow, especially in the middle of the day. We've got cheese on, which can be slow. If all 3 lines had, like, semolina bread, worms, you know, pearl barley, garlic dough, red worms. I mean, if it had, like, pretty basic baits that would attract a lot of different fish, usually in this spot you can just fill your net up. And I think people have been fishing for carp here. I might have showed this spot briefly. This one here. People have been fishing for carp here recently, I believe. Higher level players with like decent gear. I think the commons, grass, and black carp have all been biting okay there, I believe. Right in the lilies. This is also a good place to level your float fishing. Remember when we were leveling our float fishing? Remember when our float fishing was higher than our bottom fishing? Those were the days. Simpler times. See how fast these bites on just bread are happening right here in the lilies? I mean, you can just do this all day. Like when you first get to Old Berg, if you haven't upgraded gear very much, you just want to change the scenery. It's pretty decent fishing right here. Float or bottom tackle. I don't know. Also a nice nace that Reaper caught. There we go. Starting to get fishing, starting to pick back up again. I guess it's worth waiting to try to get a tench. I mean, they're just so, you know, streaky. Think about how many fish could we have caught in the last 4 hours or whatever in game time on bread and worms or whatever, versus a chance that the tench will show back up before we have to move. I don't know. Middle of the day like this, it's probably worth switching off of tench bait. It takes a pretty amazing tench spot to catch tench throughout the day. So the tench just showed back up, it looks like. What time is it? 17:26. It's about right. They start showing back up. That's a sleeper. I don't even know that I put this rod back in. I think we go ahead and start getting set up for Bream time. Oh, the Bream time. I really hope it's a good night for Bream. That's right, we're one short on the trifecta of, oh, I need to switch that third rod's ground bait too. On the trifecta of 8 hooks, which probably suggests put the 6 on the big line instead of going with the 11 on the smaller, on the one of the other lines. 11's a little small for Bream in my opinion. If you got whites in the water, it's great, but okay, so we'll go 6. I think we'll go back to 18 like we did last time. I kind of want to be right there. I don't remember how far I have to cast for 18. Okay, a little under that on this line at least. Alright, this one should be set up good. I think on these lines it's more like an 80% cast. That was almost there. You could see how it pulled when I pulled back. And then this one we want to go back to 8. That'll be just over. Yep. Perfect. I like it. Alright, let's catch some bream. Let's catch some bream and make some silver. What do you say? I think I'm going to keep going a little longer with at least a little longer with those Jurassic Park Evolution videos. It's not getting a ton of traction on my channel, but I'm just really enjoying playing it. It's just such a fun game. So while I'm enjoying it, I'll keep doing them, I suppose. Ooh. It's pretty rough when a 72-gram bream gives you a point. I gotta remember to do closer to 80% on these second two, second and third rod. They haven't started getting big yet, but we're hoping they will soon. Always come to the bream spots a little before I have to, but I feel like there's a pretty good chance you'll get at least one early marker and get your night off to a good start. That's not it though. There's our first marker. 2120. Save yourself some hassle and just start at 2100 on the Bream. That's a nice one though. Ground bait. Get your ground bait. Is that a fish on, or is it just not tight? I think it's just not tight, right? Well, now I'm starting to think the fish swam right for the shore. Yeah. Not long enough. And we've got some wind picking up. That just like totally blew it off course. I need to go wash my hands real quick. I had popcorn snack. Look at that freaking crucian. And I still feel like there's just like this slight layer of grease still. It's kind of grossing me out. I'll be right back. Oh, the trophy's on. Okay, it's not the trophy. False alarm. It is heavy. It is a nice one though. Not that nice. Look how far. We got to start aiming right because of this daggum wind. There it goes. So we've had a couple of markers in a row now. Let's keep it up. What was that about markers? Did I say something? Nope, didn't say a thing. Man, we're gonna have to start overcasting big time with this wind and aiming way right. What are they talking about? The beluga. Oh, beluga on tuba. 41,108, huh? Interesting. All right. Come on, Bream. Where are you at? I need to make some silver here. About to start recasting. Starting to worry a little bit here. Wait, what? I think the problem we're running into on our first line, we're catching all those crucians, is because we don't have a fluorocarbon leader. I think Bream are just funny. Funny about their cautiousness. If you ever think a fish might be a trophy, this one might not quite be a trophy, but if you ever think it might be, just be really careful reeling it in. Try not to pull against it when it's pulling against you. I really think that trophies have a higher chance of popping off than anything else. This is not a trophy, but it's a nice one. Grats to Mansing, reaching level 17 on a nice Bream. That's a good way to level up, hitting that nice Bream like that. That's what a trophy bream feels like when you're using 9.8 kilo line, which is what I do on my main account. We've got these 5.4 kilo leaders on. So it's not, to me, it's not the strength of this rod that's screwing up the bream bite. It's the leader, the type of leader it is, because it's a mono leader. I could be wrong. That's my opinion. Everything would be better though if we had garlic dough. And if we spend a little bit of silver, we're not that far away from garlic dough. Alright, we'll give red worm one more chance here. I don't want to waste the red worm, but if it catches the bream a little more consistently than the pearl barley on that rod, then it's worth it. Alright, at least the markers are starting to come in pretty consistently now. There's just no way this night's going to be as strong overall as some of them have been. Thanks, Kluby. I'm not sure if Kluby... Trying to think if I've seen an RF4 video in a while from Kluby. Yeah, I think he did do one. He's been doing some hunting too, though. Okay, so bigger than the last one, at least in terms of the strength that it's pulling. We don't want to go up that high. Kind of weird, right? Yeah, it's a bream. Yeah, it's a trophy bream. Alright, now just don't screw it up. I love how you can always tell the trophy, not just the size, but that orange tint that it has. That's a nice trophy. 4.5. Bloop. What's up, trophy? Alright, we have reset this rod. We've reminded it what it's supposed to be catching. Now let's put the barley back on. Alright, 4.5. I hate to even see what the US weeklies are, though. It's going to be way bigger than that. Actually, we're not that far off. And look at the two top ones. Pearl Barley's coming on, guys. How about no one in chat noticing my trophy Bream? Well, the spot sort of came through for me here. Someone else just called a... What time is it? 5:23. Okay. We'll go slightly bit longer, then we're done. Someone else just caught a ghost carp at that spot. Huh. But it's slow for carp guy. Oh, he doesn't have PVA, and spotting is inaccurate at that distance. Yeah, that's a good point. Huh. All right, so was that our first? Oh, it was our second Old Bird trophy. That's right. Yeah, we'll get it till 7. Then I'm out of here. But that helped this fishing trip immensely. Some nice bream and a couple of decent tench. That'll help. That's funny. Oh man, that's funny, carp guy. I like that. Alright, let's see if we get lucky on a, I don't know, maybe a trophy bream cafe order or something. Yeah, I was going to try the Amber Pond again, but that other spot is so good. I don't think I... That's 23 silver. Just for interest's sake, let's see how much the... well, I can't believe all those Crucians. I mean, even all of them are less silver than the cafe order. So I can't believe all those Crucians added up to a cafe order just perfectly. I mean, that is lucky. Now, we didn't have a trophy Tench, unfortunately. We messed that part up. We got the trophy Bream. Okay, well, let's see. So we got, what, 20, whatever, 3 silver, plus another 126, you know? I always feel like when I'm fishing at Old Berg, I'm like, oh, I kind of miss Mosquito, you know? And it's true, you can make a killing at Mosquito, especially when you hit the cafe orders, right? But even without cafe orders, when the bream fishing's good and you get a couple tench here and there, it's some good silver. Yeah, that trophy bream was the most expensive fish we've had. Okay. I think that'll do it for this one. Thanks for watching. I don't know what's the plan for next time. We really got to stay on that silver, though. We're already going to be bearing down on level 15 and a half. Silver's coming, though. Maybe next episode we can get a little bit more serious about like going to Mosquito and Winding and actually mapping out what we might get if we're going to try to troll it, Corey. If anybody has any ideas, I mean, I know spots change by the time we get to Corey in a couple days or however long it takes. It might be different, but if anybody has ideas on like really good spinners or what you think would be the most crucial, like 1 or 2 spoons to get going to start trolling at Corey, I'd love to hear your thoughts. All right. Peace out. Thanks for watching.